Hi, good morning. So today we're going to have a shorter class. It's going to end, it's only going to be 45 minutes long, and it will just be a kind of slow flow, but we will be just doing some sun salutations and some warm up because it's really important to be warm before we start doing any deep stretches. So let's go ahead and get started. If you can, please go ahead and say hi. And if you have any questions or suggestions or requests or anything, just go ahead and leave them in the comments or participate in the live chat if you're able to. So let's start out standing today. And just coming into mountain pose. So you just want to feel steady and balanced with your weight evenly distributed between both feet. If it's more comfortable for you to have your feet hips just apart, you can go ahead and do that, or you can have your big toes together. And having the big toes together, it can make you feel a little bit off balance, but it also sort of makes it easier to engage your bandhas, your mula bandha and your uddiyana bandha in your lower belly. If you bring your big toes together. So wherever you are, just spread your toes wide. Just rock back and forth from side to side until you just feel centered. And then let's scan up from our toes to the top of our head. Just checking our alignment. So make sure that your knees are soft, slightly bent. Again, engaging your pelvic floor, your mula bandha, and your uddiyana bandha, your lower belly. So bring your belly in and up. Tailbone long, so your pelvis just in a nice neutral position. Not too far forward or too far back. Just think of bringing your tailbone down and your belly in, and keeping your spine long. And shoulders back and down, chest open, chin parallel to the floor. And now just start to bring your attention to your breath. Just noticing your breath at first. Noticing how long each inhalation and exhalation is, and noticing where you feel movement in your body as you inhale and exhale. And just notice when you bring your attention to your breath, and does your breath start to slow down? Does it speed up? Was your breath relatively fast or slow to begin with? And then if you can, breathing with sound, so using the Ujjayi yogic breath, closing the back of your throat as if you're whispering, and inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Breath is the most important part of yoga. Yoga is really a meditation, moving meditation. And the breath is also the most important part of meditation. With your next exhalation, Bring your hands down, palms facing out. So just keeping your shoulders, your shoulder blades coming towards each other and your chest open. Shoulders dropping down away from the ears. Keep noticing your breath. And starting to move with breath. Inhaling your arms up. Feeling the length along the sides in front of your body especially. And then exhaling down, just moving at the pace of your own breath. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Just very gently starting to warm up your shoulders a little bit as we stretch the body. Noticing how your neck feels, noticing how your shoulders feel. And inhale, clasp your hands together. Full inhalation, really expanding your rib cage. And really reaching towards the ceiling, so you're feeling a stretch maybe all the way down through your pelvic floor. Imagine that you're pushing the floor away from you with your feet. Keep inhaling and exhale, keeping that length. Just gently bend to one side, and maybe you can gaze in the opposite direction. And inhale, lengthen, exhale, keep reaching. And one more time, inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach. Try to keep this side of your body long as well. And inhale back to center. Lengthen, and exhale, reach in the opposite direction. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, reach. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, float your arms down. And bring your hands over your knees. Take a moment, just adjust the tilt of your pelvis, making sure that your lower back feels good. And then just draw circles or figure eights with your knees, moving your hips as well. Starting to get into your lower body a little bit. Noticing if there's any tension there. Good, and then go ahead, straighten your legs. You do always want to keep a slight bend though in your knees, so avoid locking the knees. Bring the belly in and gently round your spine down. Drop your head and grab onto your elbows. Just hang here, decompressing the spine a little more. Staying with your breath. Just releasing, starting to release stiffness in your body. And inhale, slowly roll up to standing. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And just step to the front of your mat if you're not there already. Let me know if there's any issues with lighting today. The lighting looks a little better to me because it's sunny out today. And the lamp too. I don't know how much that did. But anyway, let's go to the front of our mat. Sorry. Let's move the front out of the way. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. And this time we're going to keep the back straight if possible. And just come down as far as you can with a straight back, still engaging your lower belly and your pelvic floor. And then when you start to feel like you can't go any farther because of your hamstrings, then just go ahead and bend your knees as much as you need to. And try to bring your ribcage towards your thighs. And if you can't reach the floor, you can just put your hands somewhere on your legs, either the front or back of your legs. And drop your head. And then inhale. Look forward, keeping that flat back. Exhale, bend your knees. Drop your head. Inhale, straighten, flat back, draw the belly in. Exhale. And inhale. And this time, as you exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Step back and drop your knees into a tabletop position. So try to align your knees right under your hips, tuck the toes under, and align your wrists right under your shoulders. Spreading your fingers wide, pressing your knuckles into the mat. And inhale, open your chest, drop your belly, raise your tailbone. And exhale, draw the belly in, round your spine, drop your head, push the mat away from you. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale, round the spine. Inhale, and exhale. And just continuing with cat and cow at the pace of your own breath. Inhaling into cow position and exhaling into cat position. Full inhalations and complete exhalations. Good, and inhale on your next exhalation. Walk your hands forward, keeping your hips up and just bringing your chest towards the mat. Just very gently, don't force your shoulders to hyperextend. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, just releasing towards the mat. Good, inhale, come back up. Plant your hands back on the mat and straighten your legs into downward dog. Pedaling your heels towards the mat. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Keep breathing. Good, and from here, just look between your hands, bend your knees, and gently step one foot and then the other in between your hands. Inhale, look ahead of you, exhale, fold, still with bent knees. And inhale, come all the way up, engaging your belly and pelvic floor. And exhale, hands to heart. So now we'll do a few sun salutations just to make sure we're really warm before we go down to the floor for some some deeper stretching. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, plank or modified plank. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat. Inhale, clasp your hands behind you. Come up, bring your shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant your hands. And come back into child's pose. Hips towards your heels, forehead towards the floor. Inhale, straighten, downward dog. I'm just holding here for a few breaths. With each exhalation, bringing your ribcage a little closer to your thighs and lengthening your upper body a little more. So you're just moving slightly as you breathe, coming deeper into the pose. And for downward dog, coming deeper into the pose means you're lengthening your upper body more and bringing your heels a little closer to the mat. Good. So bend your knees, look between your hands, step forward, inhale, flat back, exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale, reach up, exhale, fold. Inhale, look ahead of you, exhale, plant your hands. Step back plank or modified. Inhale, exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, clasp your hands behind you. Raise your chest, shoulder blades together. Exhale, tuck your toes. Come back, child's pose. Take a breath or two here. Really breathing into your back, expanding your rib cage. And inhale, look up. Exhale, straighten, downward dog. You might need to take a step forward so that you can really let your heels come closer to the mat. And taking a few breaths here. Breathing into the backside of your body. You should hopefully feel the entire backside of your body from your heels all the way through your wrists, lengthening with each exhalation. Good. Inhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, and step between your hands. Try to step forward with a different foot each time. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, engaging your pelvic floor and belly. And exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This time, keep your hands there and inhale, baby cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, tuck your toes. Come back, child's pose. Take a couple breaths. And inhale, straighten, Maybe step forward a little in downward dog. And you can stay in child's pose if you're getting tired. If downward dog is not a particularly restful pose for you. Good. Inhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. And sun salutation B. So starting with chair now. Inhale, exhale, sit back, chair. Inhale your arms up. And exhale and sink a little deeper. Take a moment again to just adjust the tilt of your pelvis so that your lower back is not compressed. Holding here, drawing the belly in. And inhale, lengthen, exhale, hands to heart. And coming to our first twist. So your left elbow to your right thigh, looking over the right shoulder. Breathing. And inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, and twist right elbow to left thigh. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hand arms up to the sides and fold forward. Inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, plant your hands. Sit that plank. Really engaging the core here. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lengthen your neck. Head comes up last in cobra. Exhale, tip the toes. Come back, child's pose. Take a breath. And downward dog. And this time we're not staying in downward dog. Turning your left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Look between your hands and step your right foot through. Come on, warrior one. And try to have a fairly deep bend in your leading leg, but keeping your knee above your ankle. You don't want to come too far forward, especially if you have any knee problems. Good. Inhale, exhale, open up to the side warrior two. We're just holding these for a couple of breaths, building lower body strength. And inhale, reach the arms up, or float them up rather, and then exhale, reach behind you. Feel length along the right side of your body. Inhale back, and exhale, reach over your head. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, pivot onto the ball of your foot. Right hand down, left hand down, right arm up, twisting. And inhale, exhale, reach forward, bring your hand down, step back plank. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Child's pose. Inhale, forward, exhale, downward dog. And inhale, turn your right foot out at a 45-degree angle, loosen your hands, step through, warrior one. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, warrior two. And inhale, exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. Inhale back into warrior two just for a moment and exhale, twisting to the left side. And inhale, exhale, reach forward. Bring your hand down. Step back. One more vinyasa. So exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Right back into downward dog this time, tucking your toes under. And resting here. Or again, you can be in child's pose if you prefer here. Breathing. Good. Inhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, step forward, come back into chair, and inhale the arms up, exhale, fold, and inhale, look ahead of you, hands on your waist, engaging your bandhas, come all the way up, and reach up. Good. Hopefully you're feeling some warmth in your body now, so we can move on to some poses that will hold a little bit longer. So from mountain pose, if your feet are not hip distance apart, then just step your feet apart to hip distance. We're going to prepare for a kind of a longer forward fold from standing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Slowly come down just as far as you can. And again, if you reach a point where your hamstrings are just not letting you go any further with a flat back, go ahead and bend your knees as much as you need to, keeping your back flat. And drop your head. If you can, hook your fingers around your toes and just draw your head down. If you can't reach your toes, you can bring your hands behind your legs as a same effect. And breathing here, noticing any tension in your lower back or hamstrings. See if you can just come a little bit deeper into the pose with each exhalation, using your breath to release and soften into the pose. Good. Inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale. Plant your hands and sorry, I'm trying to. What poses should I really try to get into this 45 minutes? Actually, don't plant your hands. Bring your hands to your waist, engage your pelvic floor, and come all the way up slowly. You might feel a little bit dizzy because our heads were down for so long. And I just want to make sure we get a balanced pose in because I think we didn't do that last week either. So find your mountain pose again, and then just shift your weight onto one foot, preparing for tree pose. Find a focal point on the floor that will help with your balance, just a little dot that's not moving. If you're not familiar with tree, you can just watch me go into it. If you are familiar with tree, you don't need to watch me, just look at your focal point on the floor. So you can have your foot anywhere, that you can even have your toe on the floor and just balance like that. You just want to avoid the knee area. And try to bring your knee out as your non-standing knee out as much as possible to open your hip. And breathing here. So the keys to balancing here are, there are a bunch of them. The first one is the gazing point that I just talked about. The next one is having strong ankles from doing this pose often. And spreading your standing toes wide so you really have as much surface on the mat as you can. And the next one is just really having a strong engaged core. So really focus on the muscles, especially in your core and your pelvic floor. Imagine that there's just a straight pillar, well, straight but supple pillar, strong pillar running through the center of your body that's holding you up here. So really important to be aligned in the pose. If you're really having trouble with balance, don't worry about it too much. Just hold on to something and focus on your alignment. Good, and go ahead and release, shift to the other side. This is a really great pose also just for practicing inner stillness and relieving anxiety. Coming back to the breath. Good, and exhale, go ahead and release. Now step back to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fold. Inhale, look ahead of you, exhale, plant your hands. And step your left leg back. And then we're just gonna bring so somehow you can use your hand or just kind of heel toe your right foot behind your left hand. And then drop your knee, coming right into pigeon pose. And take a moment here, just aligning yourself, making sure that you're not falling over too much to one side. If you are, then go ahead and use a blanket or some other kind of prop to hold that hip up. So your hip should be aligned towards the front of the mat. Inhale, coming into a slight back bend. And exhale, bring your forearms onto the mat and drop your forehead and breathe. Now this pose might not feel completely comfortable to you. Focus on your breath and just let any tension release just a little bit with each exhalation. So breathing into any tension that you feel, using your breath here. Good. Inhale, look up, come back onto your hands, and just lean onto your right side. Bring your left foot around. Bring your right leg back. And find your alignment here on the other side. And inhale, come up onto your fingertips, side back bend, and exhale, fold. And again, coming back to the breath, using your exhalations to release and soften into the pose. And inhale, gently lift your head, come back onto your hands, and lean onto your left side. And just bring both feet together. Take a moment here and maybe you can sort of flap your knees a little bit. And then opening your feet like a book, let your knees come a little closer to the mat. Keep holding onto your feet. Inhale, open your chest, lengthen your upper body. And then exhale, draw the belly in, and you can round your spine and bring your head down towards your feet. And again, breathing here, using your exhalations to release and soften into the pose. And inhale, slowly roll back up, head coming up last. Again, shake it out. And bring your knees together. Actually, stay towards, if you need to, if you have kind of sensitive heels like I do, then stay towards the side of your mat, or go towards, so that you're facing the side of your mat, so you can have your heels on the mat. Take a moment to adjust the flesh under your sit bones, and bring your fingertips behind you, open your chest, lengthen your upper body, and exhale, fold forward. And again, still using your exhalations to deepen the pose. And inhale, slowly come back up. And staying with your legs in this position, exhale, inhale your arm up. And exhale, reaching to the side. Try to keep both of your sits bones on the floor if possible. And inhale back to center. And exhale, other side. And inhale back to center. And now come back onto the mat this way. And bring your left knee down right in front of you, right foot over. Inhale your left arm up and exhale, twist to the right. You can kind of hook your elbow over your knee, or you can just hold on to your knee like this. But make sure that you're inhaling on the inhalation, lengthening on the inhalation, and just gently twisting on the exhalation. So make sure your exhalation out, you're exhaling as you twist. Good. Inhale back to center and switch. Exhale, inhale the right arm up, and exhale, twist, turning to the left. Lengthen, inhale, and deepen the twist, exhale. Good. Inhale, look forward. Bring your knees together. We're preparing to go down onto our backs. Just a quick boat pose. So see if you can just hold it here. Try to point your toes or spread your toes. Engage your pelvic floor and your lower belly. And then gently, slowly come down with control, keeping your shoulders up so you're really engaging your core here. Maybe straighten your legs. And exhale, release. And bring your knees in to your chest. Maybe just give yourself a little back massage here. And then bring your arms out to the sides and keeping your knees together, just drop both knees over to the left and look towards the right. And inhale back to center, exhale. Drop both knees to the right and look to the left. And inhale back to center. Again, grab your knees. Just roll little circles, massaging your back. And bring your feet down right in front of your hands, with your hands extended forward. Grab your heels if you can. Inhale, exhale, tilt your pelvis forward, lengthening your lower back. And inhale, your hips up, bridge pose. Bring your shoulder blades together as close as you can. And gently exhale, come down one vertebra at a time, tailbone last. Again, hug your knees in. And just coming into a modified shoulder stand or plow. Inhale your hips up, and you can just stay here. So you don't need to bring your feet all the way up, unless you want to. And then slowly bring your hips back down to the mat with control. Hug your knees in one more time, and then extend your legs. Reach your arms over your head. Take a deep inhalation. Hold your breath. Just take a moment to tense all of your muscles, squeezing your eyes shut. And exhale, release, and find your Shavasana, your final relaxation pose. Close your eyes. Release your Ujjayi breath if you're using it, just coming back into your regular breathing pattern. And just feel yourself melting into the floor. Completely relax here. And you can scan your body and notice if there's any remaining tension and release. And I will just leave you here in Shavasana. Take as long as you need to. I suggest at least 5 minutes or so. Just completely relaxing, trying to let go of any thinking you're planning. And thank you so much for joining me, and have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.